President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs drawing mixed reactions around the world. China vowing new retaliatory measures, demanding the tariffs be canceled immediately. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney announcing a 25% tariff on cars and trucks that are made in the United States and sold in Canada. French President Emmanuel Macron urging European companies to halt all investment in the U.S., pending further clarity on Trump's 20% EU tariff. The EU is considering restrictions on American tech and Wall Street, but they're open to, quote, discussions. The UK, India, Japan, Argentina all working through negotiations as Vietnam plans a delegation for White House talks this weekend. The president commenting on Global Reaction Watch.
We have a set of tariffs based on what they've been charging us. That's reciprocal. And those tariffs have come in and every country's called us. That's the beauty of what we do. We put ourselves in the driver's seat. If we would have asked some of these countries, almost most of these countries, to do us a favor, they would have said no. Now they'll do anything for us.
And just moments ago, China announcing a 34% tariff on all goods from the United States that's sold in China. Joining me now, New Jersey Congressman Van Drew. He's a member of the House Judiciary and Transportation and Infrastructure Committees. Congressman, I want to get your thoughts on now what we're hearing from other countries.
We knew this was going to be a little bit bumpy in the beginning, but let's understand what it's about. It's about fairness. It's about America first, not America last. We've been getting the short end of the stick for years, and it's important that Americans understand this. These are reciprocal tariffs. We have been tariffed. Our goods are tariffed. We're always at an unfair disadvantage with these countries, so it's going to be a little bumpy. They're going to cry. They're going to yell. I spoke to the president personally yesterday. He was telling me that already countries are coming to him saying, let's work this out. We can make a fairer deal. We can do better. We will. Everybody just hold on a little bit, be a little bit strong. Wall Street will come back, but this is also about Main Street. This is about making things in America. This is about American companies, American manufacturers, and the American people. At the end of the day, we'll be stronger and better for it. Just hang in there a little bit.
We saw President Trump. We've played that clip to our viewers already this morning when he was on Air Force One, and he said that he would be open to negotiation. When you spoke with President Trump yesterday, what was his reaction to the market sell-off? I mean, we lost 1,600 points on the Dow yesterday, and right now futures are falling even further. We're now down 908 in the futures market for the Dow. So the pain continues this morning, sir.
He knew this was going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen a little bit. Sometimes to right the ship isn't always easy. You've got to give him a little bit of room, and you've got to give the administration a little bit of room here. They've been in a few months, not a few years. I mean, it's just the beginning. The president was very clear he was going to do this. He was clear in the campaign. He was clear when he first got sworn into office that this is something to make sure that we're doing what's right. Understand that Wall Street sometimes is looking at what's best. And I understand that to make the quick buck, which is best for investors, whether they're in America or wherever they are. But we've also got to look what's best for the American people and the future of America and the American economy. At the end of the day, we're going to have a stronger America. It's not like this has been going on for years. This has been a few days now. The president just did this. Let's give him a little bit of room, and we're going to have a better, stronger America at the end of the day. I really believe that. I want folks to understand that we're just doing reciprocal tariffs, basically. They've been doing this to us. We just eat it. We accept it. Our companies get screwed for it, but meanwhile, they do great and we let them do whatever they want. It just wasn't fair. So they're going to cry, they're going to moan, but they're already, what the president told me yesterday, what he told people just recently, again, is that they're already coming to him. They want to come to the table. They will come to the table, but they've got to look good to their constituents in their countries, like they're being strong, that they're fighting for their country. Everybody understands that. But when the showmanship is over, and when it comes down to the negotiating table, we're going to be tough, strong, but fair and pro-American.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I mean, maybe the markets will heed the words of the president. I was actually surprised this morning after hearing him last night say that he was open to working with other countries, that the markets are still jittery, and they are this morning. We'll see how the markets close this afternoon, Congressman. But let's move on to some other topics, the business of the day here. So you chaired an important hearing on FBI accountability for House Judiciary for that oversight subcommittee. You discussed the Biden-era FBI, calling it a bureau leadership in decline. You say the agency should be a shield for the American people, but has become a sword against them. Tell us more, because Kash Patel is now in place and changing the bureau quickly.
We're going to have a new level of transparency. I mean, it's unbelievable. You couldn't make this stuff up. You know, a reporter came to me a little while back, a few days ago and said, what's one thing you regret? And I think they thought I was going to talk about some vote or something I took. I said, you know what I regret? That every single American can't sit with me on that committee and hear the stuff that was happening. We were losing America. It's unbelievable. So when you look at things, what the FBI was doing, what they were involved in, they were going after traditional Roman Catholic churches, but first said they weren't, and we found the proof through emails. They were going after people that disagreed with them. They were working with big tech and the White House totally illegally to censor people who they didn't agree with, who they thought were wrong, weren't doing the right thing. Okay. They were going after parents and school boards. The list grows, and that's got to stop.
So do you want to see people fired?
In order for us to do better, we have to know where we were.
Do you want to see people fired then? Is that what you're saying?
In some cases, when they were hurting good American people for no reason at all and doing the wrong thing, those people shouldn't be there. That is correct. I mean, you sometimes have to do the right thing. All
right. Before you go, not a lot of time, but there was another moment from that hearing that went viral. It's when Subcommittee Ranking Member Jasmine Crockett said this about DEI. I want to show our viewers.
When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, let me tell you something. When I walk in, I'm going to walk in with a level of rapport and understanding that maybe some of my other colleagues will not. Charlie offered me my job, and I worked my butt off, and I worked really, really hard for all of my clients, not just those that look like me, and that is what it looks like to serve.
Congressman, your reaction to that moment?
She's the ranking member in my committee. She has the right to say what she wants, but here's the bottom line. What I believe, you hire people not because of their race, color, or creed. You hire them because they are going to do the best possible job and be the best in that position. That's the criteria that we should use.
All right. Well, it was, like I said, quite a moment, and it has gone viral. Congressman Jeff Van Drew, we're going to be watching your work. Obviously, a lot of the budget is going to be a piece of today, so we'll be following that as well, sir. Thank you.